we have our classic knees to chest stretch. Katie's bringing in that single knee into her chest and just holding it, breathing deeply. Great stretch for the rear end and the hips. The other leg is lying flat. We'll switch sides. So we're trying to keep that non-stretching leg flat. And if that leg is struggling to stay flat, if it's popping up, it means the hip flexors and quadriceps are tight on that side. More on that later. It's a basic 5-minute stretching routine. There's many other things that we can do, but these are the 5 most important that I feel. From the knee to chest stretch, we'll go to a classic hamstring stretch. We'll start first just hands only, grabbing behind the knee with the hands, contracting that quadriceps muscle, the front thigh muscle, so that that leg can be nice and straight. We'll grab the stretching strap now. If you have a strap or a rope at home, this will make the stretch deeper and just more comfortable on your upper body. Nice straight leg. We're shooting for about 90 degrees. Breathing normally. You're going to feel some tension, but it shouldn't be a struggle and it shouldn't hurt. Slowly release that stretch and loop your left foot in there. Relax, breathing deeply, and slowly release that stretch. Let's let go of the strap, roll over onto your stomach, and we'll start with what we call a pigeon stretch, which is common in yoga. We're trying to stretch the hips and rear end. Katie steps through with the left leg, brings that left knee forward, and brings that shoe, that outside of the shoe, over to the side, and she drops down with contact from the outside of her shin and the outside of her hip against the mat, and just sits back. If she can't get that low or she has knee discomfort, she'll just sit up a little bit and just lessen that stretch a bit. This should feel very relaxing and very deep into that rear end. We're shooting for about 30 seconds. We slowly come out of that side and switch to the other side. The right knee comes through, that shoe comes across, drop down to the outside of the shin, the outside of the hip. And slowly ease up off that stretch and sit up, and let's move into the hip flexor stretch. The front of the hip, the very upper thigh, step through with the left leg. So right there is a good stretch to the hip flexors. To make it a little bit deeper, she's going to reach up with her right hand, the arm that corresponds with the back leg, shift your weight forward slightly, and then activate that right cheek. Squeeze that right cheek. By contracting that right cheek, she's going to release the muscle that we're interested in here, which is the front of the hip flexors. The abdominals are tight. Going to slowly ease off that stretch. Switch legs. Shift the weight forward to increase the stretch. Again, we're going to squeeze the glute on the left side, squeeze the rear end. That left arm comes up. And just get to the point where it's a comfortable, challenging stretch, but it doesn't hurt. Let's work on the trunk a little bit now. Slowly come out of that stretch, and we'll go into an alternating low back extension with a child's pose. So she's going to press the hips into the mat, open up the chest, Release that stretch, come back up, drop the rear end down to the heels, enjoy that stretch, and then shift the weight forward and continue. And hold each stretch for about 2 seconds. This is a nice energizing stretch and relaxing on the spine and up. Rear end comes up, sits back. Very comfortable, relaxing stretch for the low back. Great to keep the spine healthy and pliable. And continue to alternate. You're going to press the hips firmly into the floor. Use the hands to assist. Open up the spine. Release the stretch. Rear end comes up, drops down to the heels. One more time. And sit up. And let's finish right here. Enjoy the stretch. And good.